Okay. You know, I was in the 99th pantomime in Aladdin at the Grand, and this year I guess it's going to be Cinderella. I love Cinderella. I've been Buttons twice in Cinderella, and I think that was the perfect choice for the 100th anniversary of pantomime.
You were the first global name to appear in a Swansea pantomime and drew audiences far and wide.
I don't know what it means to be the first global name, whatever that is, but the truth is I was thrilled to have been asked. And what was really fun hearing all the theater people talk about, you know, people that may have known of me or whatever that have come clearly, you know, from all around the world. You know, we had people from Japan, we had people from France and America, and it was so cool to see all the people and the families that came to that show.
You have roots in Wales. Does this explain the mysterious Swansea accent that you seem to have acquired?
We're from Merthyr Tydfil, and it was quite funny. I went there to visit my great-great-great-grandfather's grave, and it was really cool because I felt a sense of belonging there, but I started to change the way I spoke, and everybody started saying, you have a Welsh accent, you know, and I guess I do, and it's funny, it just fit me like a glove.
Were you aware of the tradition of pantomime at Swansea, which stretches back to 1897?
I met the nicest guy there that was a historian for the Grand that actually had a book he gave me of all the history and all the amazing performers that played in pantomime. You know, I mean, 100 years of pantomime, that's unbelievable.
How did your family react to your decision to do your first pantomime in Britain?
When I told my family I was going to go into a British pantomime, they had no idea what I was talking about. They still don't, though. But eventually, I've done it over the years, and they've come over to see me, and now they say they want to be in pantomime. And I said, this is my thing. Unless you want to dress up as a couple of the Ugly Sisters, then okay, you know. But I love pantomime.
What will be your lasting memories of Swansea, the people, the theater, and the city?
I have so many memories in Swansea. I mean, I spent Christmas there with my little family. We went to the fair. But I'd say probably the people made the difference. I've never met a more friendly bunch of people in my life, especially the people I worked with there at the Grand. They made me feel so welcome. And I relish the opportunity to go back again someday.
Kev Johns has appeared in 15 pantomimes. He played your mum in Aladdin. Only 2 years older than you. Isn't it great that pantomime stretches the boundary of imagination?
Kev Johns is like my forever friend. I mean, he and I just clicked, you know, and he's so funny. He's just a giving person, and I see why he's had so much success individually, but just, you know, in pantomime as well. He's just is so spontaneous, and I learned so much from him. I just think pantomime is such a wonderful space to perform in because, you know, you can have all demographics, grandma to a little kid, and everybody leaves feeling uplifted and have had fun. And it's still relevant because of the music of today that they incorporate in the productions as well.
I think a pantomime would work in the U.S.
I hope a pantomime will work in the U.S. because I'm doing it this year in Nevada. A couple years back I was involved taking a pantomime to China, and it did really well. I think once people know what a pantomime is, I think they'll love it. I mean, Shrek is a pantomime that, you know, they just kind of ripped off British pantomime, I think. And I feel like it's slapstick, it's humor, it speaks to a lot of different levels of age groups, and you can get away with so much, and it's so fun.
During your final UK tour, you incorporated some of the pantomime ideals into the performances. Was that a conscious decision? You
know, we just finished with the biggest tour we had ever done in the UK, and I made sure that we routed it such that we went and visited the Grand because of all my friends there. And it's funny, having done pantomime for these years, it's really changed the way that I perform. It's really helped me be a better performer because I know how to engage an audience. I know how to be quick on my feet. A lot of entertainers just sing their song, you know, and don't interact with an audience, but I've learned how to do that. You know, I had never seen a pantomime other than a friend of mine, Billy Pierce, was in, I think, Jack and the Beanstalk, and he showed me a little clip, and I said, hey, that's for me. I mean, I grew up the old Hollywood way, you know, starting on the Andy Williams Show and Jerry Lewis and all of those skits that we did on television, variety television back then. really are what pantomime is all about. And so I felt like it was something I really understood. And I think I took to it pretty quickly. And I always look forward to trying to do one at least every other year or whatever, because it's a time when I can bring my whole family. I have a beautiful little family, and they love to be a part of it. One day, my daughter was a bunny rabbit, and one day, you know, the other kids were involved, and it's a fun time for me.
As a piece of theater or entertainment, where would you rank pantomime?
I think pantomime has, of course, theater in it, but it also has variety entertainment. It also has emotional moments. It's got the whole arc. It really does, and that's why I think pantomime works, because it's so fast-paced that regardless if you're a bloke that doesn't want to deal with, you know, fancy costumes and silliness, hold on, there'll be something for you in a minute that you'll laugh your head off. And that's why I think pantomime works, because it's so fast-paced and has something for everybody.
Do you have any funny stories of your time at Swansea in Aladdin?
You know, there's so many funny stories. I think what people love is when things go wrong. And several things went wrong. I mean, from wardrobe malfunctions with pins sticking in you, to you name it, to blowing the lines, to whatever. But that's what pantomime is. I mean, people want to see you fall, want to see costumes rip. They want to see all of that. And I did my share of mistakes, that's for sure.
Do you have a final message to the people of Swansea?
I think I would just like to say thank you to all the friends that I made in Swansea. I hope to keep you in my life. I hope to have the opportunity to come back there and if not even to work there, just to come visit, because there's such an amazing feeling, a sense of community, a sense of acceptance, no matter if you're an entertainer like me or just someone off the street. I feel like you treat everybody the same, and that's what I loved. And I've learned a lot, and I thank you for accepting me and making me a part of the history of an amazing theater. The Swansea Grand will always be right up there in my heart.